Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. Welcome back to our Pack With Me series. If you saw our first video, you saw what I packed for myself for a 4-night cruise to a warm weather destination. And today I'm going to show you what we are going to pack for my 7-year-old son and my husband for this cruise. Now, if you would like to see what we put in our carry-on bag, you'll definitely want to watch the first video because I'm not going to be repeating that. We're just simply going to go into detail on what mostly clothing I'm packing for my husband and son. So let's get started. We're going to get started with my little boy. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we pack for him. As you can probably see here, we love using packing cubes and we do kind of color coordinate them. So my little guy gets the dark blue and my husband gets the teal. And of course, if you saw the other video, you know that my packing cubes are pink. So without further ado, let's talk about what my son gets in his little carry-on. He takes his own little backpack for the entire journey. And what I do when I pack his backpack is I think about what he is going to need on day one. And the first thing that he does with me, with mommy, when we get on that ship is we beeline for the pool and the water slides, maybe even skipping lunch sometimes. So his backpack is focused on making sure we have a swimsuit and his goggles. So we have his little swimsuit, and we have his goggles here so that we can get to a pool quickly. And of course, we do have his key card lanyard for his cruise card. What we're gonna do is ask the cruise staff to punch a hole in this, and we'll get him geared up with his little cruise card right away. I also pack a sweatshirt for him that he'll use throughout the entire cruise in this backpack, and I leave it in this backpack. Now, a little bit later on, he's also going to be adding in his iPad, which he'll be able to use on occasion throughout the cruise. And of course, he has to have his favorite little memento. We have a little funny tradition that this little frog goes with us on every cruise. So he's gonna come to dinner and he'll meet all the crew, and that will be fun. So that is my son's carry-on. One thing that you do not see today for my husband or son that I should mention that's super important to pack are hats and sunglasses. We're gonna grab their hats and sunglasses a little bit later, so don't forget to pack those, but we did not bring them in today. All right, so carry-on done for my little boy. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna keep on hangers for my son. We're actually going to take these shirts and put them in clear plastic bags. These are all the shirts he's going to wear for dinner. We have 2 cameras set up here, so I'm gonna be rotating the clothes so you can see them on both cameras. So this is probably gonna be what he'll wear on night 1. This is what he's going to wear on night 2. He's got a little tie, his little Angry Birds tie that he can wear with some jeans or cords or whatever for formal night. Okay, and then a couple more little shirts for nights 3 and 4. We like him to wear collared shirts to dinner. We do let him wear t-shirts on occasion, but I think it's nice to be a little bit more traditional and a little bit more fancy. So these are gonna go into those really, really thin, clear plastic dry cleaning bags later and put into this large suitcase here. We're not gonna show you the actual packing process most likely in these videos because it would take too long, but trust me, it'll all fit here. Okay, now onto the packing cubes for my little boy. We have this small packing cube here that is full of his little boxer shorts, socks, and his pajamas. And that should pretty much do it. I like the shape of this cube because it fits really nicely into a suitcase. You know, you can kind of squish it in the middle, put it in the side where you think there's no other room. It's really great. This little packing cube here has a backup pair of goggles because this guy, he's a serious swimmer. So we definitely take an extra pair of goggles, and that can be used in the pools on board. And also sometimes we go swimming in ports and he likes to be able to just jump in the ocean. So we try to take care of him. I have here a couple of tank tops for him, another pair of swim trunks, and this is 2 rash guards. So this is basically his little swim bag. These little rash guards are great because he has very pale skin, and we generally, instead of doing the sunscreen battle with him, we generally just like to put a rash guard on him and then put the sunscreen in all of the areas that show, and he generally does not sunburn by doing that, so that's nice. So that's the swim bag. And then my largest packing cube for my son is this big Eagle Creek here that has pretty much everything else that he's going to wear throughout the cruise. So what we do is we pack him by outfit. So instead of stacking all the shorts on one side and stacking all the shirts on the other, and for the most part, I pair everything off by outfit so that it matches and so that we can really quickly grab it. So he's got a t-shirt and shorts here, and so on and so on. And I'm packing him mostly shorts and t-shirts for this voyage, but I do have pants for him for dinner. So we have a nice pair of pants, a little pair of cords for formal night, jeans, and a little pair of chinos. So hopefully that's enough detail for all of you. If you have any questions about packing for kids, you can always feel free to send me a message through YouTube and I can try to help you with your age group. We like to do that. We do it a lot. Okay, so that covers my 7-year-old son. Now let's move on over to my husband. We're gonna go in the same order here that we did with my son. I'm gonna show you his shirts and everything first. These again are going to be packed in a hanging fashion a little bit later on. What we're gonna do is put them in clear dry cleaning bags to make sure that they don't get wrinkled. So this is my husband's formal night shirt and tie. He is not going to be wearing a jacket on this cruise. It's just a little bit too hot. I dropped his pants on the floor, so I'm gonna grab those real quick. Sorry about that. Here are his slacks. These actually will not be kept on a hanger. I'm gonna go ahead and put these probably in the suitcase a little bit later, but those are the slacks that will go with his formal night shirt and tie. And then what we have here are dinner shirts, and they haven't been ironed yet. I'm sorry, but I didn't iron them. We will before we go, I promise. Night one, and he'll wear these with jeans or a nice kind of simple light gray pant, kind of like a skinny jean look. And these can be worn with the same pants. So he's gonna be using 2 pairs of pants for 4 nights. So we'll do some repeating. And last but not least, another dinner shirt. So I hope that was helpful for you to see the hanging items for him. I'm gonna go ahead and move these over here. Before we go into his clothes, I do want to show you the shoes that we're packing for both my husband and son. And don't worry, I sanitize these before I'm going to be putting them on my bed. We Clorox wiped the bottom of them because that's really gross. Flip-flops for my husband, which he'll probably wear on most of the days. These are his evening shoes, mostly for formal night. And he'll also wear another pair of shoes that are like, you know, like a Converse sneaker, but that's dressy enough that can also be worn to dinner. And for my son, he only gets 2 pairs of shoes on this trip. We're gonna go ahead for him and take these little sneakers that can actually be worn every night, including formal night with something dressy. People generally don't notice if they're wearing a tie. And then he'll wear these little flip-flops for most of the cruise as well. All right, so now that we've covered the shoes, I will show you what is in my husband's packing cubes. And his clothes are simply bigger, so they take up a little bit more space, you'll notice, than mine and my son's. Let's start with this one. This is simply the socks and boxer shorts packing cube. Simple, right? I rolled his boxer shorts to save space. Always like to do that. And this particular cube here contains the great majority of his clothes. So we'll take a look at this. Now what I do with my husband is we have packed all of his shorts and pants for the most part in this particular cube. And then his shirts are gonna be packed separately because he can put together his own outfits, obviously. My husband loves hybrid shorts, so the type of shorts that can be worn on a day-to-day basis, but that convert to a swim short. I know that some of our subscribers have given us this tip too. So he has a couple pairs of hybrids in here. These are just a nice kind of pair of linen shorts that are really nice, a little bit more dressy. And then again, here are more hybrids right into the swimming pool if he wants to. I probably overpacked hybrids and he'll probably come in and kind of clean things up a little bit and bring in some of his other favorite cotton shorts. And then these are just regular swimwear, swim trunks. They kind of match my son's, so we like that. And then my husband's pants for the trip, aside from the formal ones that you've already seen that he'll wear on the one formal night we have, are a pair of jeans and the pair of gray Levi's that I told you about before. So those are his shorts and pants. And the last packing cube that we have for my husband has his shirts in it. And on the top, we have kind of just a pajama outfit. So he has like, you know, like sleep pants and a really soft shirt. And then here, you can see all of the t-shirts that we're packing for him. So on the top, we have one tank top. And then the rest of these are just really soft cotton, like for lack of a better word, surf shirts, t-shirts, whatever you want to call them. And he'll just pair these with all of the shorts and or the pants that I showed you. So you're getting a look at all of my husband's logos right now. But that's about it. Now this will allow him like 1.5 shirts per day. So we'll have to discuss whether or not he wants a few more, if he thinks he's gonna wear a couple of shirts per day or not. So that pretty much sums it up. This is a lot shorter of a video than my first video because the guys are just a little bit more simple, right? They don't have all the toiletries. They don't have as many different things as I do. So if you'd like to see, again, what I put in my carry-on shoulder bag and my rolling carry-on bag, including the beverages that we're gonna be taking on our next cruise, be sure to check out episode 1. And thank you all so very much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on the high seas, and happy packing.
Hey, click me to subscribe.